And this is Sunday Morning Live with John M. and our very special guest, Tracy Newman. And this is our host, John M.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Memorial Day weekend to you. It is Memorial Day, and that means the Indianapolis 500 race is being run as we speak, and it means the Kerrville Folk Festival, where I've been many times and love it there, is now underway. And of course, it's also Sunday, which means we have Sunday Morning Live. And probably most of all, it's a time to reverently remember those who have served. And I am prepared. I'm going to introduce you to Tracy Newman in just a moment. But first, this is a song from my Songs I Wish I'd Written CD. I think it's appropriate for today. I left school, I was just 15, took a job cutting trees. The lumber mill was new in town. We couldn't turn the money down. We cut 'em down. We never stop. Leave the waste. Let it rot. Another day. Another round. Pick up your axe. Cut 'em down. The trees are gone. The mill closed down. The army came to our town with my ticket out. Poverty shipped me off overseas. Cut 'em down. We never stop. Leave the waste. Let it rot. Another day. Another round. Pick up your gun. Cut 'em down. Lost my leg, lost my mind. I left the ones I loved behind. When I applied for some relief, the VA man, he said to me, you see, we cut 'em down. Never stop. Leave the waste. Let it rot. Another day. Another round. Pick up your pen. Cut 'em down. They count the men. Just like the trees. Money's made from each of these. Beware the boss, the government. The trees are gone. The people spent. We cut 'em down. We never stop. Just let it rot. Another day, another round. Pick up your pen, cut 'em down. Pick up your gun, cut 'em down. Pick up your axe, cut 'em down. There you go. I knew you were going to ask me that. Stand by one quick moment.
Oh, God.
John is looking up the writer of that song.
Yeah, we need the writer of that song. I'm Tracy Newman. Hi.
Eric Balke and Jonathan Bird.
I don't know them, do you?
That's a co-write between the two of them. And as a matter of fact, I heard Eric do that song exactly that way.
I bet
at the
it wasn't
Kerrville
exactly that way.
Well, it was pretty close. He did it solo like that, and he did the first verse a cappella at the Kerrville Folk Festival. And at the time, I was looking for. I had most of the songs that I wanted to record on my Songs I Wish I'd Written CD, but I wanted a couple of songs. But I'd had songs by famous people like Jethro Tull and Paul Simon, and but I wanted a couple of songs by lesser known artists that I still thought were of that caliber, and I heard him do that song. I thought, man, I got to record that.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And it's more produced on the record. There's Lisa Nemzo sings a background vocal on it, and Kevin Longdon does some really sweet guitar work on it. It's really nice. But this isn't about me; it's about you.
Yeah,
Hi, Tracy.
Hi. I just love the thing of songs I wish I'd written, and now I may have to do songs I wish I had written, part 2 by Tracy Newman, though. Instead of by John.
Okay, yeah.
however we do it.
Series.
I don't know how to write that, but to do songs I wish I'd written is a great idea.
Well,
If I did that, my first choice, and because I was just thinking about what would I do.
Yeah.
The first choice would be Richard Thompson's "Dimming of the Day."
Oh, fantastic song.
I was trying to write one of those
Yeah.
because I had just recently, this was a long time ago, I had broken up with somebody, and I was thinking about how hard that time of day was.
Yeah.
When the evening was beginning, but the day was still there. And I started working on it and gathering information and writing down notes and stuff. And somebody played "Dimming of the Day" for me, and I thought, well, I'm not sure I need to do this.
Oh no, you would
Really,
you'd be great on
I don't
that.
know what else to
And if
say,
you want
though.
somebody to sing it with you,
Okay.
I'm down.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. That
yeah.
that just ripped me up. That's a great one to look at.
It's-
If you don't know that song, look that up. Richard Thompson.
I've got a Richard Thompson song
Dimming of the
on
Day.
my cover album.
Which one is it?
Gypsy Love Songs.
I'm not sure I know that. Oh, you know what? I do know that one. How does that?
Don't sing me, don't sing me,
Yeah.
don't sing me no more gypsy love
yeah.
songs.
Oh, he's amazing.
But so you are Tracy Newman. You are. You and I were both up late last night at a wonderful house concert featuring Wendy Waldman
And John Zipper.
our mutual friend
at
John
Zipper. Zipper's house.
Yes.
Julie's Joint.
Julie's Joint with great music and great food and.
More performers in the audience than on stage.
Yes, as always, and yet we both managed to get up and make it here this
Well, it was
morning.
harder for me because I live on the other side of the hill.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, kudos to you then for
Getting up at 7 these days, I don't know why. It's okay to get up at 7, but to actually get up and have
to do something.
Be somewhere and be
Yeah.
dressed.
Yeah. Well,
and knowing
thanks.
you're going to be on video.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in and doing
Oh, my
this.
pleasure.
It's a lot of fun. So you have a very diverse and varied career. You're television.
I'm so tired from it.
Yeah. Well, but it's great though. I mean, you're very blessed, and you
Lucky, yeah.
a lot of successes in writing for TV, and also in songwriting and music and recording and acting and you were one of the founding members of
The Groundlings.
the Groundlings Improv Theater, and I understand you taught and acted and directed there, all three.
Well, what happened to me at the Groundlings was I discovered pretty quickly that my level of ability I was a good performer, but I didn't do characters. I wasn't that funny. I was funny in a certain way, but not in the way that the Groundlings are funny. But that I understood what they were doing well enough at that time anyway to teach. Because teaching at the Groundlings really means creating an environment and I kind of understood what was holding me back, and I understood how to sort of help people get over that, you know. And my sister Lorraine was one of the people there at the very beginning, and when she was discovered for the first SNL, you know, we realized, oh my, this is like a farm company, you know, and it became, it literally did, it is the farm company for SNL now. I mean, because everybody, I mean, Melissa McCarthy's from there, and what's his name, Will Ferrell, and Kristen Wiig, and I mean, everybody in comedy that you love now, pretty much is from the Groundlings.
And you know, it seems to me that I mean, yes, if you're going to do comedy, you have to be funny, but comedy per se, a comedy scene, a comedy piece, very often benefits from having elements that are not so funny.
Yeah.
You know, because you need the contrast,
premise,
you need the
premise
yin
has
and
to be
yang.
real.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about the Groundlings, not just the Groundlings, but other improv companies that's really amazing is that what it produces is not just the performers, it really does produce writers. Because I kid around about it being a farm company for SNL, but what it really is what comedy and show business is these days is almost all Groundlings writing. I mean, if you looked at the roster, you know, the writers on every show and every movie, you'll see that there's at least one Groundling or former Groundling in there, because that's what you learn there.
So, are you still doing any television writing now, or is it strictly music now?
My partner, John Stark, was his name. I mean, he's still alive, but we're not partners anymore. But we created According to Jim, with Jim Belushi in 2001, and we syndicated in 2003, and that's when I left, because I had been writing for TV for about 20 years, so I just thought that's enough. That's enough time. And I was a singer-songwriter before TV, but you can't really have that career and be a singer-songwriter professionally or full-time, obviously. So I just went back to writing songs. Literally the minute I walked out of the TV studio, I went to Nashville, you know, for a weekend, one of those seminars, and I started writing immediately. And by the way, John, writing for TV is a great way to learn how to write songs. Even though I was writing songs before TV, what I hadn't been able to do was tell a story in 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And when you have to write a story in 21 minutes and include a lot of dialogue and characters and everything, you really, really learn how to economize and how to hopefully tell a story, have it be funny and emotional at the same time. Yeah. And that was, you know, one of my first songs was Waffle Boy. I don't know if you know that song. I'm not going to do it here. It's 6 minutes long, 5 minutes something. But it's like a true story, and it's, you know, detailed and funny, and it's got a very emotional ending and funny. So, you know, that was like quite an accomplishment for me. I was really proud of that. But if I hadn't been in the Groundlings, I don't think I would have been able to do that. So I guess I'm telling all songwriters out there to join the Groundlings and go to the classes. Well,
I have always thought that it's actually interesting to me that you're saying this with regard to writing, because I've always thought in terms of performance that singing and acting they're almost the same thing as far as I'm concerned.
Well, performing is just the same thing.
And so you're saying writing for TV and writing for music, it's. And I certainly agree. I mean, the biggest challenge, I think, in songwriting is condensing, you know, tell a whole story in 3 minutes and have it have some impact. You know,
watching Wendy Waldman last night, I was struck by. It's a dilemma that I go through all the time as a performer. I have a lot of songs that aren't funny, and that don't necessarily have a big, aha moment in them and stuff like that. I tend to not perform them. You know, when people come see me, they hear Fire Up the Weed and the Carpool Song and something like I Just See You, stuff that's more geared toward.
One of my favorites, by the way. I Just See You.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful song.
But it's very geared toward performing.
Yeah.
You kind of know the response you're probably going to get,
Mm-hmm.
and whereas I have a lot of songs that are come from, that mysterious place where you're not really writing to say anything. You're just kind of saying what's come out of you, and I tend to not perform them. And I'm listening to Wendy Waldman, and I realize that, and not just her. I hear this with other people. It takes a lot of guts to get up there and not be a performer.
Yeah.
Not be up there to please or
Yeah.
get laughs or, I just have never really had the guts to do it. But I think in this next incarnation, over these next couple of years, I'm going to be performing some of those things that people don't know that I write.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you, when you write, do you, like you do have funny songs and you have some serious songs and some poignant songs and, different kinds of things. Do you ever like sit down and say, today I'm going to write a funny song?
No.
Or you just, whatever you're feeling at the moment
I have never sat down and said I was going to write a funny song. I have always been very surprised that any of my songs turned out funny. That's the truth.
Uh-huh.
Like even Fire Up the Weed, I realized that the content of that, you would say, oh, how would you think that wouldn't be funny? Just the title.
Right.
It suggests something amusing, But it's such a sad, tragic love story to me. And the fact that I was afraid to sing that on stage, and when I first sang it and started getting laughs, I thought, "Whoa, this is like a big surprise to me." And I'm actually accomplishing saying what I wanted to say, and it's also funny, pretty cool,
Yeah.
But no, I very rarely sit down and say, "Oh, I'd like to talk about this." It's just sort of sit and you play a riff or something, and then it suggests a word, and then you realize, oh, this really could be a song. You
get a phrase sometimes?
Sometimes I just get a phrase and keep doing it. I have an assistant some days during the week, and I am embarrassed when I'm like trying to write something that there's another person in the house because of the amount of times. I gotta be alone. The amount of times I go over a phrase. The repetition has got to be deadly to anybody listening. I know that Jackson Browne is like that. I remember reading something. She's just going through the same thing over and over and over and over. Literally the same thing over and over again. Almost like you're waiting to see where it's going to go next, and how do you even allow it to go anywhere next?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't.
I do exactly the same thing. I'll repeat something, 100 times, and I know one of those times it's going to just naturally lead into to go somewhere else. And I have that same inhibition. When I'm here with Hillary, forget write. I mean, if I'm writing, I have to be alone. But even when if I'm just practicing or just sitting here playing songs, if this morning I was going over a song that I haven't played in a while, and I feel like I have to. I played the song and I felt like it was a little weak, and I said, I'm going to have to do that one again. And, so she had to hear it twice, and I may not even play it this morning, but
what's so funny about that though is that, you're aware that she's there, so you're performing. You don't even think about it, but you're performing.
Oh, of course.
And
she always tells me, oh no, it's fine, go ahead.
Well, she's not, most of the time the other person there, my assistant, is certainly not listening. First of all, I don't think she can hear me. Even though she's in the next room, she's got earphones in usually. Yeah. But to me, it's like, wait till she hears this. I mean, there's this little thing in the back of me. Oh, I'm going to play this because she's here. And she doesn't hear it. But it's such a subtle thing, and I find that when she's there, I really don't write. That's not good.
Well, we've been talking a lot about your writing. Let's hear something.
Do you have, I didn't really know what this was going to be like, so do you have anything besides I Just See You?
No, that's it. That's the only song I want to hear. No, just kidding.
Actually, I can do that.
No, I really was kidding. I love that song, but anything you want, anything you feel like.
Do you want to talk about the baby behind you?
Oh.
I was going to ask about that. I was going to let her play a song first.
That's my grandson, and this, of course, is my beautiful daughter, Charlotte, and oh God. Well, anyway, yeah. Let me do that song. Let's see, how does that go? This is my newest song, actually. Which, by the way, I worked it out. I wrote it in Harriet Schock's class.
Ah.
Because periodically I go through times where I'm not writing. And for me, even though I know Harriet's method to jumpstart it, it's great to be in that group and to get her guidance. And because I hadn't written a song in a long time, except for children's songs. I'm doing children's albums right now. So, when you have a muse like this, can you even see him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope I remember this title. When I gave birth and held my baby girl, my love for her blew me away. I wasn't prepared for the power of a love that grew every day. Now here I am, a grandma. Oh shoot. Oh, don't tell me this is going to happen.
It's okay. It happens to me too.
Here I am, a grandma. Oh, the years flew by so fast. Yeah, my baby just had a baby. 'Cause God saves some good stuff for last. There are other proud grandmas out there, so I don't want to offend or compare. But my baby's baby is the very best baby in the whole wide world. My baby's baby is the very best baby in the whole wide world. Living this long is not a piece of cake. It's always, oh, my aching back. I can barely climb upstairs without risking a heart attack. Then I hold my baby's baby, and suddenly I'm strong. I turn into Super Nana. I can carry him all day long. What is it in this little guy's blood that works like a powerful drug? Everybody, my baby's baby is the very best baby in the whole wide world. My baby's baby is the very best baby in the whole wide world. This chunky little baby boy, his heart is filled with so much joy. His happy face shines like the sun. He showers love on everyone. I think I'm going overboard. This is like too much, isn't it? Oh, give me a break. I may not be around to see my baby's baby grow up. I'm lavishing a lifetime of praise on my puppy's pup. He smiles when he sees me. He reaches up his little arms. There's not a single human being immune to this boy's charms. If we put all our kids on display, even all you new grandmas will say, Tracy's baby's baby is the very best baby in the whole wide world. Tracy's baby's baby is the very best baby in the whole wide world. Not to give other babies the gong, but look at him. I mean, come on. My baby's baby is the very best baby in the whole wide world. My baby
Lots
go.
of hearts on that one. When you see it later, you'll
Oh,
see
really?
all the
You're
hearts.
kidding? I kept
No.
thinking, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. It's like so overboard.
No, we got so many songwriters watching too. Bill Berry, Tom
Hey, Bill.
Oh
Kell,
my God. Hi, guys.
Jimmy
Hi, Tom.
Hunter.
Tom was a good. Actually, both Bill Berry and Tom Kell were both guests here.
Yeah, tons of people. Penny Barnett,
Yes.
lots of hearts.
Yeah, who's that?
Penny Barnett.
Oh, yeah. No, I know who she is. But what did you say after that?
She's
Heart?
lots of hearts.
Oh, lots of hearts. I thought you said heart,
people,
rock a heart.
People like
But I thought-
something and hearts go flying
Yeah,
across the screen.
That's so cool.
Yeah, tons of people watching. You have to watch when we get off, and
Oh,
you'll
my
see
God.
all the comments and the.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I
you'll
love it.
like
I can't
it.
believe I made it through that, though, especially starting out screwing up like that.
So Ken Krupnick asked if you could sing the song about dropping your daughter off at school.
Oh, I'm going to talk about words. Right now?
Well, I mean, if you
Yeah,
want,
sure,
if
go
you
for it.
want to, I mean, if you can.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Ken was at the house
I know, I sat
concert
in
last
front
night
of him.
too,
He sat right behind me, at least for a while, and then he sat next to
and
me.
he played in the song circle too last night.
Oh, yeah?
Nice job, Ken.
What did he play?
Oh, now you're putting me on the spot.
Ken, what did you play? Maybe he'll respond.
Okay.
We want to know the song you played last night, Ken.
That's okay. It'll take him a second to type it in. You can go ahead
I
and
was
play.
going to say that this carpool song, which is about this girl, except when she was 16, which is a long time ago. I just wanted to give you an idea of the kind of teenager I was, because this is an indictment of my daughter. This next song, and so I just want to say that I was very aware. I'm very aware of the fact that I was a wretched teenager, and my mother was talking to me once when I was 16 in the kitchen. She was talking about this new job she had, and she was so excited and passionate about it. And I remember sitting there thinking, why is she telling me this? Her life is almost over, and she was 36.
Wow.
So
Wow, that old, huh?
Yeah,
but
Ken.
I mean, that's what a teenager is like.
Ken's song was called "Look Down on Me."
Is that like to God?
I think it's new. I think it's a new song.
Oh,
You mentioned that was, and I don't know what it's about because I wasn't there. I left.
okay. Well, so I'm going to do as much of this as I can remember. It's been a while, but another one from Harriet's class. Actually, this is real because it's hard to do this. I hate this school. It's a 40-minute drive. Why couldn't she go to the school nearby? I'm starving. Why didn't I bring something to eat? Why did I wear shorts? I'm sticking to the seat. There's the volunteer security guard. She's gonna make all of us move our cars. Why did I ever have a child? My life was so much easier pre-Charlotte. I had no idea how good I had it. I'd see a baby and think, that's what I need. Someone to love who depends on me. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now. Well, here she comes, my little bundle of love in a hoodie and jeans. She's walking on her cuffs. Her long blonde hair is in a mess of cornrows. She's rapping a verse about gangsters and hoes. She settles in. I ask, how was school? She glares at me 'cause I'm so not cool. How did I ever get this child? I wonder what's making her so mean. Then I remember the way I was at 16. She's treating me like I treated my mama. I'm getting my share of overdue karma. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now. If you're gonna break prisoner of love. They knock you out, they fill up your heart, they're your everything, your shining stars. You'd risk your life to protect them, and then they mark up their skin with something permanent. Whatever happened to my child? Why do I keep on suffering this carpool, even though I've had enough of being the world's fool? 'Cause she knocks me out, she fills up my heart, she's my everything, my shining star. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now.
Awesome. I love that.
Beautiful.
I can't believe I remember them. All of it.
Yeah. So you have some performances coming up where,
I do.
where you get to do more than just a couple songs.
Yeah. I'm
You're going to be at the Coffee Gallery.
That's
I
right.
understand about a week or two before I am.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm playing there on the 29th, June. June 29th.
I'll be there the 10th.
with Severin Brown and Marty Axelrod.
Oh, there's a good show.
And they call themselves the Severly Brothers. That'll
That's
be
so
fun.
amazing. Oh, my God.
So you're going to be there on the 10th?
Yeah, with Art Padell and Dolan Ellis. Both of them were in the New Christy Minstrels, like the original group. And I was in the New Christy Minstrels for 2 months. So we thought, that's like our good... That's the unifying thing. It's called Two Old Guys and a Blonde.
Awesome.
You
Would
guys
you put a link to the tickets for that show on
Yeah,
when we finish?
if I know how to do it and I remember.
Just in the comments. You'll
In the
see
comments.
those comments underneath. You can just type in.
I'll do
Okay.
it. I'll do it for you.
Okay, so June 10th at the Coffee Gallery.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll
I think
put it on
it's
there.
like it's 6 or 7 o'clock, that kind of thing. Might even
Yeah.
be at 5. I don't know.
We can find the event and
can't
put a
remember.
link to it. That's no problem. And are you guys going to do something together? Do you think? Or
I honestly don't think so. Art and I might, because we've played together before. But I haven't seen. I mean, I've seen Dolan because I played Arizona a couple of years back, and he actually came to a couple of those shows. But I hadn't seen Dolan in since the '60s. So yeah, Dolan was a star of the Christy Minstrel show.
Mm-hmm.
So was Art. Actually, they both were such cute guys.
so. So we've talked more about writing really than we have about performing, but you've done a lot of both. You've done a fair amount of acting and with the Groundlings, and a lot of musical performing. If you had to, I love asking people this. If you had to, I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. If you had to choose one or the other, writing or performing.
Oh, geez. Well, I'd perform, but I have to say, because I enjoy being on stage. But I also like the solitary life. I really like being alone. I like getting up in the morning and not having to be anywhere and not having to wear makeup.
Like this.
Well, to me, this is like having to be out in the world. I don't not enjoy it. I enjoy it. I always enjoy things once I'm there.
Right.
But the idea, when you go to bed at night and you know you don't have to be anywhere the next day, there's nothing like it. It's a great joy to me. And although as I get more and more time, as I get older and more time alone, maybe I like it less and less. It's an interesting thing that happens. Like you try so hard to get that time alone, writing time, but then when you have it, it's like, why did I really want this? This is too much pressure,
Well, that's
Writing
not
is
the
really
answer I
hard.
expected. I thought you were going to say writing. So that's
Oh yeah, well,
interesting.
I would rather have the solitary time.
Yeah.
But as I said, being on stage, there's a certain thing about being on stage. There's a aliveness that happens to me that I feel. I can feel it, and I like it.
You get like from the audience.
I don't know. Maybe it is maybe that's what it is. There's
I know one of my favorite moments in performing. One of my favorite things that happens, and it doesn't happen all that often, but every once in a while, because it's so many so many play elements have to be exactly in the right place at the right moment. But once in a while I'll be playing and it could be anything. It could be a physical gesture or a facial expression, or it could be the way I deliver a particular phrase or a word, or just the lyric itself. But there's some moment in the song or in whatever I'm doing that touches somebody in the audience, and they react to it.
You can feel it happen.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You can. If I happen to be looking at them at that moment, and they go, "Oh, wow," something like that. That's the whole ball of wax for me, because then in that moment I know that I connected with that person.
I think that happens to you a lot more, by the way, than it does to a lot of performers, because you're so passionate up there. You're not. Oh. It's like you practice. You get your shit ready.
Yeah, it's okay.
You get your shit ready, but then you go out there and you don't care how it sounds, and you don't care how it looks, and I love that. I'm not saying it looks bad or sounds bad. I'm just saying that it's so obvious that all you're doing is getting it out there. And a lot of us admire that, because displaying passion and sort of like throwing caution to the wind and having a sense of abandonment, maybe that's what it is. A lot of us are more careful than that. We're having to be careful, and I admire it. It's very rare that I'm on stage where I get to really feel like I'm just really putting it all out there and don't care how. I mean, maybe it's because partly being a woman, we care in a different way how we look. Because I have to say, more men do what you're. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Or I could probably name a million that do that. But I find that it's very rare that I'm on stage that I'm not aware that I'm on stage, and that I'm. I don't know.
Well, that's both very revealing and a beautiful compliment. So thank you.
It's the truth.
I appreciate that.
Are you going to sing the other song?
What is the other song? Oh, I Just See You?
John, yeah.
The one that he loves.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that?
If you feel like it.
I don't mind doing it. Hey, I'm just a tool. Oh, this was a prompt. This was written on a prompt, by the way. And Marty Axelrod and I and a couple of other people were in this writing group. And this guy, Marty Martin, used to give prompts. Mm-hmm. And this one was, what do you see when you look in the mirror?
Wow.
That's what I wrote. Bookcase in the hallway by the stairs. She always steals a look when she walks by. She stops to clean her glasses, shakes her head and heaves a sigh. She can't believe the lines around her eyes. Her husband's in the den, but he can hear her. He comes out and steps between her and the mirror, saying, "Let me be your looking glass. Look at me when you walk past and see yourself the way I do. I don't see young, I don't see old, I just see you." He takes a walk out to the driveway with the bucket and a sponge. He's finally gonna wash her Cherokee. He takes his shirt off as he passes the window on the driver's side, and sees a belly where a six-pack used to be. He laughs, but she knows how it upsets him. She comes out and steps between him and his reflection, saying, let me be your looking glass, look at me. And you walk past and see yourself the way I do. I don't see young, I don't see old, I just see you. On days when it feels like the mirror doesn't love you, remember I do. And let me be your looking glass, look at me. When you walk past and see yourself the way I do. I don't see young, I don't see old, I just see you. I don't see young, I don't see old, I just see you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
Is there anything I should have touched on with you this morning that I did not?
Well, my
Anything?
illustrious television career, but you know what? Is like as the years go by, I care less and
Well, we did.
I
sort
think
of
you
mention
mentioned it.
but-
Yes,
but,
we did mention it.
and
We
I
did mention it. Of course, we mentioned it.
And the only thing I didn't mention about your television career, probably the biggest highlight, was that you were a writer on the famous Ellen episode where she came
Yeah,
out, and you got an Emmy for that.
Yeah, my partner and I and three other people, Ellen included, won the Emmy for writing The Coming Out Upside. It was one of the highlights of my life. I mean, there was my daughter's birth, my grandson's birth, my wedding, and winning an Emmy. I'm
And
leaving
Sunday
something
Morning
out.
Live with John M.
And Sunday Morning with John M. No, that was
Well,
pretty cool.
Well, thank you so much. It seems to me, I think I remember seeing that you have one or two other gigs coming up besides Coffee Gallery.
I might, but I can't remember. I have one next year. I've already been booked for next year for something in September
Congrats.
of 2000. I'm going to play Coddy Knuckles. Knuckles? Is that?
Yes.
The A-frame.
Yeah, the A-frame in September of 2019. So I have
a
to
booking
live
for
that
next
long.
year too. I'm doing First Friday with Severn Brown.
Next year?
Next year,
That's
yeah.
so funny. Well, these are shows that get booked really fast. That's what happens. And I told him, I said, it's going to take me a year to get ready to play.
Yeah, right.
To do 2 sets of 50 minutes.
Right.
It's something like that. So I can't think of anything else. I know I probably do have something, but
If you remember it, you can post it.
yeah. Also, I told you I do children's CDs,
Right,
and I've started a company called Run Along Home, and we're sort of rolling it out June 15th with my second kids CD, and that's kind of. It's going to be a big thing, but nobody's going to hear about it. That's kind of the way that is. I mean, nobody in my folk community, probably because it's going to be like this other community. It's like, didn't you see how everything gets so separate now that with the internet? It's like you can be doing something. I could come here and find out, oh, John M. is a member, he's going to the moon. He's an astronaut. I wouldn't know that. Why would I know that?
Right.
Somebody asked if you have a website.
TracyNewman.com, and Tracy is like Dick Tracy, Tracy, and Newman is like Paul Newman. TracyNewman.com.
Awesome.
Yeah. And there's a wonderful video for I Just See You on YouTube.
I'm
I
very
posted a
proud of
link
that,
to it
yeah.
as part of the promo for this thing this morning.
That's great.
So,
That was like,
and a lot of mutual friends in that video.
I know. I mean, just getting the people to be in that was so fun.
Yes, it was a great video. I saw it too.
I actually asked Lily Tomlin to be in it too, and she said yes. And then
Wow.
her partner couldn't. When we were shooting, her partner couldn't do it. So
Wow.
that would have been cool too. But we got some amazing people in there.
One last question I did want to ask you. We're running a bit long, but you mentioned, of course, your famous sister Lorraine.
Yeah.
And is that in terms of your career, you both being kind of in either the same or related businesses, have you found that being her sister has been a blessing, a curse, a little of both?
First of all, you have to know I take total credit for Lorraine's career. I'm totally responsible for it.
Awesome.
And besides, so then anything that happens with her, I'm so proud of. No, I'm kidding. But really, it has been both. It has been both. Since I'm not somebody that does characters, and I've never been able to. I mean, I've always, like, even when she was 4 years old, she was doing characters, so I was always impressed with that. She always had an audience in me. So in that respect, I have had a lot to do with Lorraine's success in that she was supported so young, not just by me, but by her whole family. And I did drag her to the Groundlings, where she was discovered by Lorne Michaels and Lily Tomlin.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. But other than that, you've got to have the goods when they come around. And Lorraine's just one of the funniest people I've ever known, and I've known her all her life. She's younger than me. But as far as the only way I'd say that it's never been a curse, but the only frustrating thing was as a songwriter, because I was writing songs when she was discovered. Mm-hmm. I was really more of a playing guitar and singing. Mm-hmm. Is when she got on Saturday Night Live, and I saw that Bonnie Raitt and people and Linda Ronstadt, people like that were going to be on it. I would send Lorraine songs, say, "Give this to Bonnie Raitt," and she would write back and say, I don't know them.
Yeah.
I didn't understand until I started writing and producing television what it's like when a celebrity is on your show, that it's not like you know them. Oh, somebody's calling me. It's probably Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah, must be.
Should I turn that off?
That's right.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
That's probably my daughter doing the FaceTime with...
It might be in the same key.
So that's the answer to that.
Okay. Well, listen.
What are you going to sing?
Well, before I get to that, I would just thank you for coming in here, early on a Sunday morning on a holiday weekend.
Oh, did you?
After being up late last night, as we both were too, and
Yeah, we were.
doing this, it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, it's been great.
And I know from what Hillary said, and I can just tell that you've got a lot of fans out there. And,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you. And, Hillary, you should turn it around and get yourself on there.
Oh, not right now.
Oh, that's right. Not right now. We won't talk about that.
Okay, don't talk about that.
You are one of only 3 female guests that we've had on this show
Oh,
in
really?
over a year and a half. And the second one was Lisa Turner, who was a few weeks ago. And the first one was
Me.
Hillary.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You should have, Abby Posner. Do you know Abby?
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
so
you're right. We
great.
should have her.
Abby's great. I mean, it's terrible. I can't even think of them right now, but I know so many.
Yeah.
terrific
No, well,
females.
we're planning on having more.
Yeah.
Pam Lowe is going to be here in
Pam.
June with Chad Watson, and we got a bunch of cool people coming up. So, to answer your question, when we were off camera earlier, Lorraine gave me yet another. Not Lorraine. God, I am
Hillary?
so sorry. Tracy.
Oh, Tracy.
Talking about you.
God.
That's terrible.
We were just talking about Lorraine, and I brain farted. I am so sorry.
That's all right.
I know which Newman I have here with me this morning, and it's by choice. But anyway, Tracy gave me yet another very nice compliment. She said, the only songs I've heard you do have been sort of anthem-like songs. And I'm going to close this out with one of those. It's another one I haven't played here in a while, but
It's Memorial Day.
I understand it
is.
is Memorial Day, and so it's appropriate. And I understand this is one of John Zipper's favorite songs. So, John, if you're still watching, enjoy. And feel free to sing along on the choruses on this with me. We stand for freedom of speech. We stand for freedom of choice. One united nation, not always one unified voice. We are strong in the face of danger, compassionate to those in need. We are brothers and sisters of every race, color, and creed. And I believe in America. I believe in America. And I believe that America will be what she can be again. I believe in the land of the free. I believe in the home of the brave. I believe in the dream that our forefathers took to their graves. Oh, but I do not believe in war, and I do not believe in preemptive strikes. She is always my country, even though she is always my country, even though she is not always right. And I believe in America. I believe in America, yeah, yeah. And I believe that America will be what she can be again. 'Cause we don't leave the poor, the sick and the hungry to fight for the wealthy man's crumbs. That's not who we were, and that's not who we are. And I pray it's not what we become. Oh, I believe in America. Together we make America be what she can be again.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's so true now.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a couple of those. You know, you would think I wrote them last night, and
Well, they
didn't,
always
but-
apply, but they just happen to. That one happens to be. I love that you started coughing and stopped. I once
Oh,
saw
I'm glad
a
you like
guy
that.
at
Yeah, I wasn't so
Kulak's.
crazy about it, but
I saw a guy at Kulak's actually sneeze in the middle of the song. Now, think about that. Have you ever sneezed in the middle
I
of the
have,
song?
yes.
Oh, I never have. I've never even seen it. I had never seen it until that.
Wow. Well, thank you again, and thanks to all of you for joining us this morning. Happy Memorial Day weekend to you. Enjoy the rest of it. Please, if you drink, please don't drive, and if you do drive, drive carefully.
Or call a Lyft.
Or call me up.
Call
If you
Lyft.
drink it,
Yeah,
call me
yeah,
up.
yeah. So,
drink
so
too.
thanks for joining us. Thanks for being with us. I'm not sure yet. We have a tentatively booked guest for next week, but I don't want to announce it yet because it's not confirmed. But I think we have someone next week, and we have the whole rest of next month. We have some very cool people coming. Eric Chase is going to be here. A bunch of cool folks. So keep tuning in. Keep joining us. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. most especially, thanks for telling your friends about us and posting links and stuff like that. We're always glad to have you here. And, thanks for saying hi to us, and messages after the fact, messages, requests, questions, anything like that are always welcome. Until next Sunday, Hillary, this is your moment, Hillary.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and have a great week.
See you next time.